like, oh my gosh, this is basically them declaring war on us. Here's the truth. The United States government claim was untrue as far as the attack. So the conspiracy was that was effectively a false flag, and now the left tries to gaslight you and say, oh, the term false flag, or you're using that, you don't believe that shootings happen. No, this was a false flag, and that it was orchestrated, or the claim, by the United States government. There was collusion, and there was skepticism right away from naval officers, even President Johnson, who stated, hell, those damn stupid sailors were just shooting at flying fish. And in 2005, so you're going back to the Vietnam War, you're going back to the 1960s, and then in 2005, it finally gets verified. And they go, oh, okay, yeah, that's true. It was a false flag event.
41 years later, it's fine.
Hey, imagine if you find out 40 years from now that, I don't know.
This is the issue with all these old conspiracies, especially when like our information access and everything was so much different at the time. Through the Cold War, the U.S. was up to a lot of goofy stuff. The Soviet Union was also doing a lot of goofy stuff. There's a lot of goofy, weirdo, maybe probably not so good stuff going on. But people will find like stuff that the government lied about or tried to obscure from citizens back then, and then use it to like literally fabricate whatever conspiracy theory that they have, right now. Imagine right now we find out that everything about Trump was a lie, and everything about Ukraine was a lie, and everything about those two things.
Let's just, and I'm not saying this is the case, Vegas shooting was a false flag event.
Oh, or that.
I'm not saying that it was. I'm just giving you context. You understand that there were laws that were changed, state laws in relation to that? Whether it's bump stocks, I'm saying taking something less consequential than the Vietnam War. You guys want to talk about time travel? What kind of alternate reality do you think we split off into if people didn't actually believe that? If it had been questioned at that point, if voices of dissent had not been stifled in silence. Number 4.
I hadn't heard this one, by the way.
The Gulf of Tonkin?
No.
If voices of dissent, who was dissented on the FBI shit or on the Las Vegas shooting shit? I just don't think there was much. I just don't think there was a very glorious story there. What do we?
Vietnam War. You guys want to talk about time travel? What kind of alternate reality do you think we split off into if people didn't actually believe that? If it had been questioned at that point, if voices of dissent had not been stifled in silence. Number 4.
I hadn't heard this one, by the way.
The Gulf of Tonkin?
No, I hadn't heard that it. So wasn't it the second attack that they were talking about?
The second
really
attack.
The false flag. So the first attack
was very small.
It was small, and it may not have been where they said it was.
Right.
Maybe not in international waters, which makes a difference, I guess, to some degree. But I had no idea the second one was just like basically. It almost seems like, hey, deep state, let's go to war. Yeah. Let's figure out a way to get in.
And in 2005, when they finally verified as a false flag, Vietnam veterans are still alive.
Yeah.
I mean, they're lively. They're spry.
Yeah. We had to draft because of this.
They're watching this and going, yeah, exactly. Some people were forced into this war, watch their best friends die right next to them.
Yep.
And then they're going, oh, thanks. How's my VA claim doing?
Right. Yeah. It dictates how we live now.
We got hippies because of this. It's true. You bastards.
And by the way, all the references are available. Link in the description, louderwithcarter.com. We do that every day. It's very important with these because I also know people can go down a rabbit hole and then say, well, then nothing is true. Gravity's not real. That's not what we're saying.
Test it out. Find a building, test it out, let us know how it goes.
One story. Conspiracy theory number 4. Epstein Island. So here's what the left will do. They'll take something that maybe is false, that's similar, like some of the lore surrounding Pizzagate. Right? Remember that? And they go, see, this is what you can't reason with these people on the right. They think there's some kind of secret cabal run by political elite who are sexually trafficking or abusing children.
Is he going to say that Epstein being in pictures with people proved that Pizzagate was true?
And minors. That's what they did. That was their claim. There's no way this could happen. Well, here's a refresher.
So where did this conspiracy theory start? Apparently, some alt-right folks were combing through Clinton campaign emails hacked by Russia and published by WikiLeaks and noticed there seems to be more references to pizza and pizzerias than they had expected, which can only mean one thing. Secret sex ring. There's a difference between a conspiracy and an agreement. And a conspiracy is what villains do. An agreement is what adults do. Look around the country. Wouldn't you agree we need some more adults? So WikiLeaks, Alex Jones, and the subreddit subgeniuses, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, grow the up.
You know who needed some adults would probably be those underage sex slaves at Epstein Island. And not only...
Oh my God. Like, 75 years from now, a senator could be convicted of like having sex with a kid and be like, see, the Pizzagators were right the entire time. What the fuck did Pizzagate have to do with Epstein? What?
So WikiLeaks, Alex Jones, and the subreddit subgeniuses, and I mean this in the nicest way possible.
No one reporting on it. But you know who needed some adults would probably be those underage sex slaves at Epstein Island. And not only was no one reporting on it, but it was actually being buried when reporters tried to shine a light on it. I bet you they really would have liked some adults, Mr. White Knight. Yeah, I know you're talking about you don't like the fact that people on subreddits may have some theories that are incorrect, but to simply dismiss all of it while people are being sex trafficked, I don't know if you get to shout from your ivory tower, get up on
Pizzagate wasn't about Epstein. Pizzagate was about Podesta talking about pizzerias and people assuming that pizza and cheese pizza was code slang for fucking children. How could you even dream of connecting these two things?
High horse. So this is where we were, right? 10 years ago. Epstein Island. It was basically a conspiracy theory. Alex Jones only. That's what we were told. Right-wing conspiracy about all the sex cabals. They put it all in one big pile. And the media, at that point, still gushed over Epstein, I would imagine, because of his powerful friends. Here's a 2003 Vanity Fair piece. My iPad is going absolutely nuts. What's happening?
It's a Siri thing?
It is. You're screwed.
Stop it, Siri.
Yeah.
The media still gushed over Epstein in 2003. When does he think Pizzagate happened? When was Epstein's first conviction? It was in 2008. So why would it? What?
Don't say the name.
It started listening when you said
And it
Epstein.
started listening.
No,
Did you notice that?
Yeah, it did.
So for guys that you can see, like I have here, I don't really have prompter. I just have I have an iPad with notes when I read these quotes. And when we just mentioned Epstein, I'm not joking. You guys,
No,
It
it
is
was
exactly.
Alex Jones. When you mentioned Alex Jones again, it finally came on.
yeah, it just came on. Am I gonna get arrested?
I think
Probably, let's be honest.
Alex has rat pad tats.
All I know is this shirt is more relevant today than ever, and every
Yes.
day I get to say that. Like every new day, I'm like, he was right on more stuff.
So it's not only that no one had an interest. Just to give, there were people behind the scenes, and yes, Alex Jones saying this is going on,
Right.
And then you have people like Colbert out there going, "Let's be adults." Yeah, I just hate the evil of the left. It is evil.
Yeah.
Or they go, "Look, they want you to fear open borders." It's just that they say they're not bringing their best. Donald Trump says they're not saying racist. Hold on a second. What about the sex traffickers? Do you realize there are more slaves right now on Earth than ever in recorded history? It's over 40 million. You know that, right? And a huge portion of them are sex slaves. You know that. More slaves right now on Earth. Total number than recorded history. And you want to tell us to grow up? You're going to condemn the people who are trying to track down leads to figure out who's trafficking?
You're not trying to track down leads and who's trafficking. That's why you don't give a about the fact that Donald Trump has been photographed with Epstein a million times or any of this shit. What do you mean? If you actually gave a you wouldn't be obsessing over Podesta's emails. Oh my God, it's actually so cringe.
Some of these sex slaves grow up. Maybe it's not a pizza parlor. Maybe it's a whole godforsaken island. And the media not only didn't cover it, they're writing puff pieces about Epstein. 2003, Vanity Fair.
He wasn't even under investigation yet in 2003. Why are you going? It's like time doesn't matter.
Titled "The Talented Mr. Epstein."
Well, hold on.
Ooh, I hated that Disney movie.
I was about to say, isn't that kind of a bad thing to do? Because wasn't the talented Mr. Ripley like a killer?
Yeah, but if
No.
you read the piece, it's relatively flattering.
But hold on, didn't Tim? Did you say there was a picture of Colbert?
I don't have it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a picture of him at
What are you saying though?
that he was at the place that he's.
No, I understand. But what do you?
Just stop it. Let's.
Like, if we're going to be this conspiracy minded, why don't we ever listen to like the things that Epstein said about Trump? Didn't he say? What did he say? He was like a close friend, or? Oh no, wait. Trump is a horrible human being. Wait, who am I thinking of? Where he said that oh, I was Donald Trump's closest friend. Oh, maybe he said he was a close friend, and he was a horrible human being. I haven't even listened to all this shit.
So, just tell me about his intelligence.
With respect to real estate deals, really. He's a salesman. He knows real estate really well. Anything else but that, he knows nothing. No history, no strategy. And that's not to say about executive function. The executive function is it's strange because construction, by definition, is just that. First, you have the foundation, you have the steels going up, what stage? But in terms of his anything but real estate, he can't figure out if I fire Bannon, what happens tomorrow.
So, cause and effect, that has no relationship. In analytic intelligence.
No.
Now, what's this thing about that functionally he can't read, or he doesn't read, or
He doesn't. Well, he certainly can't read a balance sheet, which is funny. I have no idea. He doesn't read. He reads page 6. So he's not functionally illiterate. But his reading comprehension is anything complicated. You don't know. Okay.
now what's other than he has he has a sense of humor. He can be funny.
He's right. That's funny.
What else recommends him?
His ability to sell. He is charming. He is able to convince people. It's very much like Clinton. Both Bill and Donald have the ability to go over to a fat, ugly woman, say, "You are the most beautiful thing I've ever seen." So he tells everybody what they want to hear. That it is charming. And I'm telling you that I know 4 or 5 people who have recently seen him.
I don't believe in Pizzagate, but what was the explanation for the emails? I remember my mom telling me Obama was asking for thousands of cheese pizzas and hot dogs. They probably were catering for an event. I'm sorry, but if there's no way to convince you if you think that the most powerful people in the world are going to use a fucking 4th grade cipher for requesting child prostitutes across open email.
It is charming. And I'm telling you that I know 4 or 5 people who have recently seen him. I just realized we're talking. When he wrote the UN Plaza Trump Tower, was in that amazing. I was going to take the top 4. I went to Donald to see. And it's again, relative to pay, that was another. It's a $13 million transaction. You can Penny 11, you recorded